were struggling. What a performance. Defensively, just absolutely elite performance. Line of scrimmage, controlling the quarterback, everything that you had to do going into it. Did an unbelievable job on third down. Offensively, man, not good early, not far off. Man, everything's got to tie together. We got to be able to run the football. Got to continue to improve, but love a lot of what I saw in the second half. And special teams, solid performance at the end. Some things early that we got to be better at, but said it was another prize fight. Got to answer the bell. These guys answered the bell every single round, and go to battle with these guys any day. Man, just another great night on Rocky Top. So, opening up for questions.
David, then Patrick.
Josh, what's your thoughts on the offensive struggles in the first half the last few weeks, and what is it like to win a game when those are happening to you?
Listen, wins are wins in this league. Every Saturday in this league, margins are tight. You got to be on the right side of the scoreboard. You got to be the best team on the field. That's our goal. Our goal is also to become the best that we can offensively. Nico's got to settle in a little bit earlier. Some things down the football field that we got to execute. Run game, we got to execute the blocking part of it, and pass protection too. So, the first drive, again, just like last week, we're moving down the field. We're in the plus territory. We end up fumbling on the 20-yard line. Like, it wasn't pretty early, right? 102,000 saw it. Everybody on TV. We did too. It's not that far off either, and that's why you need to appreciate it when it's going really well. And you got to be on the right side of it as a competitor, and we got to find a way to start faster and be better.
Josh, Nico had the interception, the hit that knocked him out for a play in the first half. He comes back in the second half and plays better. What did you learn about him in this performance from tonight?
Young quarterback. It's going to continue to get better. Guys around him got to help him too, and that means just doing their job at a really high level. But to me, like, quarterbacks, it's toughness. It's mental toughness. It's when it matters the most. How do you perform and how do you control the game? And there's a lot of things, just physical, mental toughness that really like tonight. And obviously there's some things we got to get better at, and him too, and we'll keep pushing for that.
Rob, then Ben.
Coach, you talked a lot about the resiliency of your team. You talked about it last week and tonight. What did you see from them at halftime and the resiliency they showed in the second half?
And halftime, nobody blinks an eye. They got competitive composure. Understand that we got to make some adjustments. We got to go execute. We got to go do our job. But inside the locker room, man, you talk about guys that have belief, confidence, and trust in one another, and continue to play for one another on their side of the ball, on the other side of the ball. It's awesome. And it's the culture that you want to have inside your locker room. It's really special.
Josh, how fitting is it that Will Brooks, the Alabama native, the Birmingham native, gets that interception there at the end, and what you see on that play as well?
Yeah, you talk about a journeyman, and coming out on the other side of it, guy that continues to just invest every single day, and you reap the rewards. And that'll be a moment in his life, and I'm sure he'll tell that story to all of his grandkids and great-grandkids and anybody that'll be able to listen to it, as he continues to grow older. But what a special player, but really just a special young guy, young man.
Play that he made on it.
And I was on the iPad getting ready for next offensive possession if needed, so I didn't even see it. Boy, I sure like taking the knee at the end of the game.
You could hold an Alabama running game to 75 yards.
This group believes that it's really good. And if they play 11 guys together and play physical, that they got a chance to be really special. And, they played really well tonight. This team's got a lot of confidence. They also know that we got to improve. But on a Saturday night, at the end of it, no matter how we got there, they're able to appreciate a win, which I think is really important in the landscape of college football. And, as a program, when we got here, I never talked about it because at the end of the day, nobody cares. Right? They care what the scoreboard looks like each week. But there were obstacles that, as a program, we had to navigate and overcome. And this coaching staff, the administration, our players did it in a pretty special way. Not perfect, but pretty special way. And as a program, we got to improve this year. But I do really just feel like we're just getting started as a program.
Brent, then Adam.
Yeah, kind of a follow-up, just what Tim and that side of the ball has been able to do all year. I mean, you talked about it after NC State. Did you know that they could be this good and control games the way they've controlled them?
Thought we would have a chance to be a really cohesive unit, 11 guys tied in, be able to play all three levels of the defense together. The depth up front would give us a chance to be good at the line of scrimmage. How some of our young guys on the back end would grow and develop would be critical. Tim and our staff have done a great job. I just talked about some of the obstacles when we first got here. Done a great job of personnel, scheme, just continuing to grow the young men over there, and special performance tonight, man. That's an elite defensive performance.
Josh, there's only a few experiences like this. Rivalry, field storming, cigar smoking, all that. Most schools don't have anything like this. What are your feelings toward the players that have done this now twice and the young players that get to do it for the first time?
First of all of our former players, Darnell Wright, Alante Taylor, so many guys that were back tonight to be a part of this. AK. I almost forgot. AK.
I'm just here. I'm just flying the wall.
They've helped build this thing and still cherish and love it and give back to it. Unbelievable to have them all be back tonight. You see what it means. And, that you're evolved for life. That's not just words. For it to be the second time, like this program, when we walk on the field, we feel like we're good enough to go win every Saturday. Does this one matter? Yeah, absolutely. You know the historical nature of this game, what it means to the fan base, what it means inside of our walls, and in the new landscape of the league, what it means too. And expectation was to go out and play great football tonight. Did that defensively for 60 minutes, offensively. We're on the right side of it enough, special teams enough. Great win. We've won in two unique ways. The last two times here in Neyland that I think our fans, but our players, I'll remember for a long time. There's nothing better walking off with off the field with the crowd surrounding you and a cigar in your mouth.
Coach, obviously there's things that can always be critiqued in any game, but can you talk about the joy of now having beaten two of Tennessee's biggest historical rivals? I mean, there's got to be a lot of joy in that.
Joy in being on the right side of the scoreboard each Saturday. They're two big games historically. Our fan base, what it means to them, you know what I mean, and to our players, it's big games because it's league games, man, and understand what it means and the things that you're trying to go accomplish and what you've been working for since January. And the last 2 weeks on that field, it's really special because of what it took to find a way to be on the right side of the scoreboard with all the ups and downs, just continuing to compete. Proud of the guys for that.
Paige?
Jermod McCoy's interception earlier in the game returned it, I think, for almost 50 yards.
Yeah.
Looking back, how crucial and pivotal was that interception?
Huge play in the game. Changes the way the game's played from there on out just because of the score. And offensively, gotta go do something with that. Again, just, third down defense, red zone defense, special performance. And, offensively, just, we can't hurt ourselves when we're in the red zone. If you don't get 7, man, you got to get 3. You can't do that all the time either. That'll get you beat. But we find a way not to do any of those things for the early part of the game.
Weston, David O.
Coach, how important is a corner playing the way Jamal McCoy is right now? How important is that in the space game, just what he's able to do?
Jermod, Ricky, Jalen, when he's in, it changes what you're able to structurally do defensively. Changes the game for the coordinator. Gives you the ability to open up your playbook.
Josh, in a new season like this, how much do you talk about the expanded playoff with your team, and how much do you think about what a win like this can do for the road to that?
Yeah, our guys are aware of, I wish I could put blinders on them. That's not real. Whatever the TV is going to have on the bottom of the ticker, But for us to have a chance to be the team that we want to be, man, it's about being in the present. It's about competing as hard as you can every single day to grow and play the way that they're capable and then the unit is capable of. And, there's still things on defense. Man, there's a lot more things on offense that we got to clean up. Good teams get better, and this team's got to continue to get better. If it does that, they'll have a chance to be a good team.
Last two, Ben and then Dylan.
Josh, another special performance from Dylan, especially there in the second half. What allowed him in the running game to get going, and just, again, kind of 2 weeks in a row, feels like that performance epitomizes who Dylan is.
Epitomizes him as a competitor. It's the cigar, all right? He's special. Just feel ability to run, get out in space, get behind his pads. We blocked a little bit cleaner in the second half. Gave him an opportunity to get started and created some plays so resiliency from him too. Gets banged up a little bit and fumbles early, but just comes back and keeps competing. So huge part of the game tonight.
Josh, the run game in the second half, and is that halftime adjustments? Is that you wearing people out? Is that really some halftime adjustments, some just straight execution, and then as you get going, the ability to physically move people. As the game goes on. So combination of everything, capable of being a lot better early.
All right, thank you, Coach. We got players right outside here. We'll bring them up here. 2 groups.